Hello everyone, this is Dave, and today I'm going to be making Christmas gnomes using air dry modeling clay. I am using a quick air dry modeling clay that I purchased from the dollar store, various colors of acrylic paints, container of water, rags or paper towels, scissors, a knife, wooden skewer, and that's about it. So I'm going to start with a palm full of modeling clay, and I'm just going to roll it in my hands a little bit just to heat it up so it's more pliable. And I'm creating the body. So I want a flat base, and what I'm doing here is I'm creating a cylinder shape with a flat top and a flat bottom, and that's going to be the body of our gnome. And next what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab just a little bit of clay, roll it around in the palm of my hands to heat it up, and press it together, and with my fingers just press it a little bit more so it's thinner. And here I'm going to cut out a triangle shape which will be for the beard. Now, in order to adhere two pieces of clay together, the best thing to do is to score both pieces and then add a little bit of water to both pieces as well. So you'll see I'm adding it to the beard and I'm adding it to the body, and then push it together. But you don't have to press it together so firmly. If you do that, you are going to get some fingerprints and some nail marks in there. So you want to be a little bit gentle when you're putting it all together. So my beard's all on, and now I'm just going to score it with my scissors to make it a little bit more beard-like. Now I have to laugh at myself because you don't necessarily have to use scissors. You can use a popsicle stick, or you can use another wooden skewer. All I had laying close around was my scissors, so I decided to use those. And if you have pottery tools, that's great. You can use those as well. And right here, I'm just going to make a little ball to create his nose. And I'm just going to pinch one little end of it such that I can attach that to the body. So again, we're scoring two pieces, adding a little bit of water before we put them together just to make sure that they attach to one another. So I'm just finding the center, putting my nose in, and then I'm going to just flatten it out a little bit at the top as well. So there they are. Our body is done, our beard is done, and our nose is done. All that's left is the hat. So I grab about the same amount of modeling clay as I did for the base. And I'm going to use the exact same procedure. I'm going to start off creating a flat bottom. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it on the side, and I'm going to roll it out, roll it out, roll it out. I want a nice long tapered hat because I have an idea of what I'm going to do with that hat at the very end. I'm going to curl it a little bit. So once I get the desired length, I'm going to create the brim of the hat. So with my thumb and my index finger, I just push the clay together and kind of flatten it out, and that'll create a little bit of a brim. And here I am just playing with it. I like how that looks. So I'm going to take my scissors and do a little bit of scoring again, because now I'm going to attach this to the body. So at the top, I'm going to score it. Here I'm going to grab some more water, put the water on both pieces, and then we'll put them together. And what I did notice here for the hat was I did have a lot of fingerprints and nail prints in the hat. So what you'll see me do is I'm going to take a little bit of water on my finger, and I'm just going to blend it out. And that'll take the fingerprints off. So if you have any fingerprints on your gnome or on your clay sculpture or thumbnails, just grab a little bit of water and you can blend it out. So here I'm bending the tip of the hat. I'm going to put a little water there because the top part was a little bit dry. And you noticed if it is dry, just add a little bit of water. And there's our little guy. So I'm going to let him dry for 24 hours. And I'm going to wait until he's much lighter in color. You can see the top here. It's much lighter in color than he was. And the bottom part, I have actually already primed. So that's the little dude we did yesterday. And I'm going to prime with just acrylic paints with a white acrylic paint, and I'm just going to take my paintbrush and I'm going to apply that to the entire surface of my gnome. It's basically a fresh painted canvas, if you will. So we don't have to do like 5 or 6 layers of the color that we want on here. If we do a nice prime coat and it's nice and thick, it's like starting with a blank canvas, and really it does make the colors pop. So for one of the gnomes, the body, I'm doing yellow. So here I'm just putting out a little bit of yellow paint. I'm going to take my paintbrush. My dried gnome is all primed up here, and I'm going to add that yellow paint on there. Nice and easy. You don't have to put a lot on there because we've already primed it. And he's all done, really. So the other gnome, I decide I'm going to do a lavender color. So I'm just going to take a lavender color, put some of that down onto my palette, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I am just going to paint the body, that lavender color. And you know what? You can use any color that you want. This was, I think, my fourth and fifth one I was doing. The other ones I did red and green, which was the typical Christmas colors. But you know what? You can choose any color you want. If you want to do them all red and green, by all means. If you want to do all the colors of the rainbow, by all means, these are your gnomes. Go right ahead and do that. Be creative as you want. So what I'm doing here, I finished painting the bodies, the yellow and the lavender color. I'm mixing just a little bit of brown and a little bit of white, and that's going to create the nose color for my gnomes. So here I am, I'm just putting that color on there, and really one coat should be enough since we have that primer down, but if you have to do 2 or 3 coats, that's totally fine as well. Nothing's wrong. It's just a personal preference if you want that color to pop, or if you're happy with a little bit muted. So again, I'm just mixing the color, adding it to my nose, and that's another step that is done. I wanted to make the hats a gray color. Now, if you've ever mixed paint before, or if you've never mixed paint before, just a little reminder, for me to get the gray that I wanted, I couldn't purchase it, so I'm mixing paint. So I'm mixing black with white. Now, you may have heard me in the past, if you've watched any of my painting videos, a little bit of black goes a very long way. So a word of warning, don't take a whole dollop of black and add it to your white, because a little bit of black goes a very long way. So there you go. A little painting tip 101. So I'm just mixing my paint here, and I'm going to paint those hats that nice gray color that I'm happy with. And that's about it, really. I've got the color on the body, I've got the color on the nose. The beard, I'm just keeping white, and if you want to, you can paint the beard a brown color, or mix paints together to make your own custom color. That's totally cool as well. But for me, I'm just going to keep my beard white, and I'm going to finish painting these hats with that gray color. So what I've done, this is a clear leveling gel. I use this for my acrylic paintings. Now what that'll do, you can see the gnomes in the top right, they have a little bit of a shine to them. And this gel is almost like a watered down glue. So what I do is I just paint it on there, like you're painting. You just put it on there. You don't have to do it too thick, you just want it nice and smooth. And that'll dry, giving it a nice glossy look to it. On the top right hand corner of the screen, you can see the 2 gnomes with the dark gray hats. Those are dry and finished, and they have this nice glossy look to them. So all I'm doing is I'm covering the entire surface of both the gnomes with this gel. And once they're all dry after that final gel coat, this is what they look like. New additions to my gnome family. Don't forget to check out my other videos. I did a sock gnome video and a gnome painting video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your time, and I hope this inspired you today to create little clay gnomes of your own. If you liked today's video, please hit that like button, maybe give me a comment down below as well, and hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Take care. Bye for now.